Throughout Fantasy Masquerade, we see Ragatha act vastly different compared to the other episodes in the series. She says many rude and mean things to other characters, whereas in the other episodes, she acts more nice and protective, especially around Pomni. We see her the most around Pomni, and then Jax, and then Gangle. And with this stupid sauce, it gives us a lot more lore about Ragatha and what could potentially be in her development episode, which is episode 5, by the way. That is coming up next. Hello my ninjas, welcome back. Today I'll be going more in depth about Ragatha from the latest episode of the Amazing Digital Circus, Fast Food Masquerade, how her dialogue drops some very interesting lore about her character, what it may be telling us about Ragatha, what it may be hiding, and what could be teasing for the next episode of Amazing Digital Circus. Because remember, the next episode is Ragatha's development episode, so these lore sprinkles might be teasing us something big. And also, these lore droppings may tell us more about the characters towards Ragatha or Ragatha towards the other characters and what she thinks about them specifically. Lastly, I want to remind you, these are predictions and theories. This may be true or it might not. So bear with me if I go out of the picture and becomes unrealistic. I tried to keep things pretty realistic here. Alright, let's undo Spudsies and let's chat about Ragatha and how she talked in this episode with the stupid sauce. Now, how did we get here? Well, in episode 4, Pomni gets an order of the stupid burger. Ragatha squirts it into the burger, and some of it got into her eye. And because of this, she goes haywire, very clunky, and she's now high. That's what everyone calls it. I mean, you can see right now she's going actually insane. That's what everyone's been calling it, so we're going to continue with that. And due to this stupid sauce, she acts less protective, less likable, and less known. Because usually Ragatha is more nice, is more likable, more responsible. Compared to now, where she just doesn't quickly think, and she kind of just says it. Because there are times where she says something and she goes, maybe that wasn't nice to say. So now it's a little more different. In the other episodes, we knew that she was nice and such, because Zubul mentions in episode 3,
Ragatha's just too nice to say anything.
Prior to this episode, we knew Ragatha as the nicest in the group and not wanting to cause arguments. But now in this episode, we see it right away. In the beginning of the episode, we see Jax, the 3rd time now in the series, 3 times now, breaking Gangle's comedy mask. Even though Jax said it wasn't his fault this time, Ragatha immediately goes and protects Gangle, arguing with Jax about how he broke Gangle's comedy mask the 3rd freaking time now. And clearly she doesn't like it, because we see it here. Even without the stupid sauce, she can still be protective of others, but not what she says. Usually with these type of people, where they're more nicer on the outside and they don't really cause arguments or anything, they actually have opinions and thoughts about others on the inside, but they want to keep it to themselves due to being nervous if someone or such person will take it the wrong way or misinterpret it, making them more scared to try and interact with others and try and make sure they really are their friends whenever in reality they have more opinions about them than others think of. Because they want to express it, but they don't want them to take it the wrong way and make them upset. Throughout the episode, we notice this different dialogue from Ragatha compared to the other episodes. Here are a few of them, which are mainly towards Gangle, since this is Gangle's development episode.
You are such a grouch. Why are you always being a grunch? Why are you even the boss anyway? I feel like I'm way more responsible than you.
Well, if you underperform now, you might end up hurt later.
Hurt nothing. I'm hurt enough. Packages landing on my head, tea parties, dancing lessons.
What's wrong with her? You know, a team works much better when we're all giving it 110% instead of, 5.
No offense, but you're kind of annoying when you have your happy mask. Wait, does that mean to say?
Can you move?
Yo, Jax. I, hate you, but I don't want you to hate me. Is that weird?
Now, I do want to mention, by Ragatha saying grunch to Zubul, that's just a reference that Gooseworks mentioned on Twitter. I'll have the link in the description. As for grouch, that means like a grumpy person, which is pretty relatable to Zubul. We see many times that Zubul does not want to go on the adventure. Heck, Kane forces her to go on the adventure. As for Jax, that's actually very fascinating. How she doesn't want to hate him, but he doesn't want Jax to hate her. It's very interesting. And then Gangle, she just went all out. Like, what the hell? Like, what the hell, bro? But after, she immediately thinks if it was mean, which still shows a little bit of niceness towards her. Obviously, she wasn't clearly thinking, but she may be hiding true feelings and thoughts about the characters. Which leads to my next point, that her development episode might be about Ragatha expressing her true feelings about the place and the characters around her. We notice in the pilot that Ragatha develops a good friendship with Pomni. We see this a lot throughout the series. Ragatha the most around Pomni specifically, and then Jax the second most, and then Gangle the third most. And what is going to happen is going to be just like Kinger's development episode. How Kinger's development was teased throughout the episode to the lead up of then sharing the story about Queener and his last experience with Queener, how he was able to touch Queener even being abstracted. In this case, Ragatha goes on an adventure with Pomni. Throughout the adventure, we get teased until the end where Ragatha talks about her past and why she keeps her feelings to herself. Now, if we go in Gangle's route for development, we may see Ragatha have a larger role, like if she is the boss and tell them to do their job, and potentially get mad and argue with them. Either way how Gooseworks does it, Ragatha's true feelings and niceness towards others might be tested in her development episode. Now, where will her development episode be? Well, the first thing I thought of was her ranch. Yeah, kinda odd, right? Let me explain here. Now, her saying...
I miss my horses.
Now, you may be saying, oh, it's just because of the stupid sauce. But it can't just be a coincidence that Kinger, who wasn't on the adventure, was just on a bull riding in a disclosed area in his report card, because at the very end of the episode, Fast Food Masquerade, each of them had a report card. And why is Kinger on a bull riding inside a disclosed area? Why don't we take it a step further? 5 months after the pilot was released, Glitch Productions uploaded a short video where Kane and Pomni talked about that thing, and some of the upcoming locations we would see the gang adventure to. And the last one Kane mentions...
Wage labor? How about some... Wait. This isn't finished yet. Don't look!
So it's not finished, huh? Well, you can see the color is white, and it's a stadium. Well, then tell me why does it show up again in Kinger's report card in Fast Food Masquerade? It can't be a coincidence. We knew Kinger stuck back from this adventure, but we don't know what he did while we were at Spudsy's with the others. Like I said earlier, at the end of the episode, we see Kane show off their report cards with each of their grades. And Kinger was on a bull with a very similar background to the one that Kane showed in that short video. My theory is that Kinger was either teleported to a location that wasn't ready to go on an adventure with the crew, he found a portal that led him there, or Kane had him check out a future location to see if it's ready to go on an adventure. The most sensible one would be Kane having Kinger check out a location that wasn't ready, but had a good amount of it done. Ragatha's development episode may take place at a ranch or a farm since she mentions about missing her horses. And with Kinger running a bull in his report card, with not being an adventure, with also being shown in that short video with a very similar background between one another, we might be getting teased about where we are heading to next. The next section I want to go over is Gangle and the others. Gangle throughout the series has a lot of things that connect her and Ragatha. Jax mentioned the
figurine thing,
which is already weird in itself. Does Gangle have a figurine of Ragatha in the room? Does Gangle and Ragatha have some sort of connection? Or is Jax just doing another round of teasing and mocking? Not to mention that Gangle was about to talk about Ragatha, saying that she loves her and then just stopped and walked right back in the restaurant. Ragatha's development episode might give Gangle a bigger role than we may think. Or Ragatha will tell us something about Gangle and her. Or Gangle knows something about Ragatha we don't know about. Heck, Ragatha was helping her throw a baseball in the beginning of Fast Food Masquerade. Well, teaching her how to throw a baseball. And not to mention, she stood up for Gangle, since Jax broke her comedy mask multiple times in the series. So we know some sort of connection is being created as we get further and further into the series. You can't just add Ragatha defending Gangle out of nowhere. Ragatha doesn't usually do that. But now she is? Like right before her development episode? Nah, there's something has to be going on. And with Gangle even mentioning about Ragatha later on, some sort of connection must be being created here right before her development episode. Let's switch gears here to Pomni. Pomni gives Ragatha comfort. It gives Ragatha a sense of comfort that she isn't the only one that is weirded out by everything. However, she accepts it. But Pomni needs Ragatha, and Ragatha helps her a lot throughout the series. She feels as her comfort. If something is troubling or Pomni is confused, Ragatha goes right to her right away. And it gives Pomni that comfort that she has someone with her to make sure that she won't get abstracted or gets confused by anything. Ragatha is there as her best friend, her trusted friend. And that's what Pomni needed. We really don't get a lot about Kinger and Ragatha, besides a few talks in between, but nothing really lore-wise. We do know Kinger was here the longest, but the only real question is, why is Kinger in the next episode's adventure, if it does turn out to be the Farmer Ranch, when he shouldn't be in the first place? I mean, it really makes no sense. Does Kinger know something about Ragatha that we haven't heard about yet? We won't really know until the next development episode. Ragatha's development episode might be more of a group episode, just like how it was Gangle's. With Pomni being second in charge of the ranch, taking care of the animals, making sure everyone's doing their task, Pomni would go around and ask others about Ragatha, and each of them would tell their experiences about Ragatha and their recent adventures. And heck, maybe before Pomni was here in the first place. Ragatha's development with the other characters has been shown very minuscule. However, it was mostly shown towards Gangle and Jax, as well as Pomni. We didn't really see a lot between Kinger and Zooble, but we've seen a little bit more with Jax, Pomni, and Gangle. With Ragatha welcoming Pomni the most out of everyone in the group. I'm interested in how they will build Ragatha's development episode. Are they going to take Gangle's path, or are they going to take Kinger's path, or are they going to take a completely different route? Very intrigued on how they build this. Overall, Fast Food Masquerade gave us more lore towards Ragatha and how the other characters think of her, as well as Ragatha thinks towards the other characters. How she mentioned horses and could potentially be hinting that her development episode will be at a farm or a ranch. Some sort of farming theme. Maybe she grew up in a farm, like how Gangle used to work at a fast food place. Gangle nearly mentioned something about Ragatha before she walked back inside the Spudsies. Lastly, it will tell us how Ragatha truly feels about the crew. Either we will get dialogue to each character individually, or just to Pomni specifically, since Pomni has been the closest to Ragatha out of any other character. Heck, Pomni might be the only one that gets informed about this. And it also will remind us to check the earlier episodes to connect more and more strings together into what Ragatha's development episode will look like. Will it be specifically only told towards Pomni? Will it be towards each character? Will each character get their own dialogue to explain about Ragatha and their experiences with her? We won't know until the next episode comes out. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. This was one of my favorite videos I ever created. And as I said at the beginning, these are all just theories, predictions, and me connecting strings from all episodes in the Amazing Digital Circus. The true answer is that we will find out once the episode rolls around. All credit goes to Glitch Productions. All the episode links will be in the description, as well as the playlist, as well as the soundtrack. Once again, it was from the pilot, because you already know from the previous episode. They have not been released yet. Ragatha is my second favorite character in the Amazing Digital Circus. She's an awesome character. I love her. No matter what, even she's bashed by Jax, by anyone else, I will still call her my second favorite. She's very close to Kinger, and I shall continue to say this. I'm excited to see how they create her development episode, which is next up. As usual, make sure to like, subscribe, share this video to your friends, so they subscribe to me and enjoy my videos. Hit that little bell so you get notified for when I upload. Next Friday, I will have a video review on Marvel Rivals, the new hit game that is just Overwatch, but better. Once again, thank you all for watching. This is Ninja signing out. Peace!